watch the movies.
They evaluate that from the least amount. Come on! Hello! Thank you. Come on! So Kangana, we've just started and we're talking about celebrity journalism.
Enlighten me on that a little bit.
So Anna,
Okay, so good evening everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late I guess.
No, I think that's the discount that you get for being a celeb in India, I think. So I was just, I think what has changed majorly would be this medium. I think the most important thing that we need to acknowledge is the power of this new medium, which
is digital?
Which is digital, which is internet. I think that technology per se has really changed a lot of things. We have to first acknowledge that, because initially also people used to sit in their colony and make fun of people or may not like or dislike a celebrity, but now they do it on a medium which comes back to you. So people used to criticize, like, dislike, comment every time. Even our fathers used to do that, grandfathers used to do that. But now we have a fascinating technology which throws it back to your face.
It's not a good feeling.
Yeah. So I think that is what has really been the crux and the root of the change. That, you know, it all comes back to you and it's just instant. So one bad tweet and somebody is replying to you and firing away. So
But Kangana, you are not on Twitter.
Yeah, because
Why
I'm
not?
very sensitive. I can't really take all of that, you know. Especially, and also I think it's not easy to be, you know, where we are. There's so much work pressure and there's so many expectations. And, you know, I don't know about others, but I started very young. And like I told you in my interview that I'm very, I'm sensitive and I take criticism very seriously. Like, I wouldn't really believe that people can do it for fun also. Like, for me, it's like a proper feedback. Okay, so you really said that I look like a bitch. So you, like, what are the, like, from which angle? So, you know, I would take it really seriously and would want to make it a constructive thing for me and my personality and the work that I do. So if people are doing it for fun, or to be nasty, or just because they are having a bad day, you know, I can't deal with that. So I think there are all kind of people out there, and I don't have to know everyone. It's okay.
But, you know, Kangana, and you saw, we showed them a clip, Kangana, clippings from the front row, and that interview where she talked about how you don't prepare women like trained dogs to be given away in marriage.
that interview went viral. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a part of social chatter for a long time.
For a long time. That was the single most successful interview we did in 2 years.
And the best part was that when it went viral, the tagline or the headline was that you won't believe who said that. Like, I was like, why would I be the last person who would talk like that? You know, they were like, the actress spoke and you won't believe who the actress is. And I'm like, so they definitely don't have the impression of me that I have of me. So there was
There's
a
a
bit,
disconnect there.
bit of a revelation.
No, but I think the credit for that really goes to you, because she spoke very honestly about the struggles of being an actor. You know, she talked about sitting on a set all day, or on a film like Double Dhamal, or you know, one of the not so great projects that she's done, and why you would need to do it. And she was very funny, and she said, well, once you're a semi-famous person, you can't exactly go away and be an
That
intern
was
at a
very funny,
magazine.
yeah,
You know, you're a
You can't be
semi-famous
an engineer
intern.
because, you know, hey, she was there in 2 movies and now she can't do it.
But you know, I will not take credit for that interview, Anu, seriously, and we spoke about it. Also because around that time I was promoting Krish, and that was actually a promotional interview for that film. And when the interview went viral, the messages that started to come in, I was confused about the interview people were talking about. I didn't know it's your interview. They were like, oh, we saw this and the depth of your personality. I'm like, okay, fine. When the phone calls and the messages became very serious, like 100 messages a day or things like that, I'm like, what did I say? And I said, this is the interview with Anu, and Anu doesn't ask you, you know, like really sensational questions, and you know, she doesn't really get into that. So I said, what did we say? I don't really remember anything, you know. But when I went through that again, I realized that she, for the first time, there was, you know, an interviewer who was wanting to know me, like really me, not the person or the perspective people have of me. Like, she was interested in exploring the human being I was, and I had so much fun talking about it. Like, I'm usually very agitated when I'm on stage or in any interview. Very. But in that interview, I couldn't believe we were having these really free-flowing conversations, and I was a bit, like, it was a learning experience that could also be an interview first, when you're, so happy to talk about things that people generally don't talk about. Who's interested in those kind of questions, and then it went viral. So that was the, like, for me, I've never had an experience like that before, but that changed a lot for me. Like, people, like I said, they couldn't believe the actress it was.
But Rajat, how do we, as interviewers, honestly, that was a great interview, but it's not often that you get those. So I always wonder that what am I not doing as a journalist that I should be doing to have more really engaging conversations? What do you do?
I think that as much if the actors are to blame that they don't speak candidly and freely, I think that we have to take responsibility for it. I think that we tend not to create engaging conversations. I think the media tends to just ask similar questions. We're not, again, I think it's funny, it's both parties equally responsible. When you talk about films, they don't want to talk, a lot of actors don't want to talk about too much about films because they probably don't, a lot of them don't know very much about the films that they've made. They've not watched the film before. Just like us, they haven't watched the film either. Most of them will tell you, you need to watch the film for this. But then you're left to ask questions about your life, and invariably that will involve questions about one's personal life and romance, which they don't want to talk about either. So you're really kind of stuck in a situation where they don't really want to talk at all. I mean, invariably the question they want to answer is, what were the moments you remember from the making of this film?
I think
For the longest time, I was asked question, like 5-6 years ago, I was asked the question, who would you think be the next generation star, Deepika or Sonam? I'm like, me. Like, come on, you're very funny, tell us the answer. I'm like, me, why not me? So like, no, we want a serious answer. I'm like, okay. But, they're all very predictable questions, and some of them can get very hurtful also.
But I think there's one thing that I've observed is whenever I watch a lot of these interviews being done, so there is something which is going on in the current affairs. So let's take something in which Mr. Rajiv Masthan was also involved. So you will have different sort of interviews. So even if there is a chautha of some person happening, and then there is celebrities attending that, even then there will go ki, "Acha, aapka AIB roast pe kya ho gaya?" So I think that is something which makes me wonder. And another fascinating visual example of this would be whenever I go to airport. So airport has unfortunately become the only place to buy books and magazines and everything. And you see this wall of magazines put there. So you have magazines ranging from India Today to Newsweek.